What's going on, guys? This is MMA. I'm here to get my picks on UFC 324 on the main card, being headlined by Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje. And yeah, let's get into it. So I'll be giving my predictions and picks on the main card exclusively, and the only fights that I care about personally. But at the end, I'll be giving a quick snapshot of all my picks for the entire night. But I'll be only giving the breakdowns for the main card. First fight, we got Arnold Allen taking on Gene Silva. Why is he looking at us like that? He's got some demonic energy to him, I'm not gonna lie, but banger of a fight, and I think this is gonna be fight of the night, honestly. We got two crazy featherweights that have power and are nice with it, you know? For my prediction for this fight, I'm gonna go Arnold Allen by unanimous decision. I know that's a pretty big upset. I know a lot of people are picking Gene Silva. And honestly, like stylistically, I think Gene Silva could win. This is a very winnable fight for both guys, but I have a little bit of biasness towards Arnold Allen, and he is the underdog, and I kind of want to have that moment where I pick an underdog fighter that nobody picks, and I pick him and he gets it and I get it right. Kind of going for that. This is a very unconfident pick by me here, but I'm gonna go Arnold Allen. I think Arnold Allen. Oh my god!
I promise, and even
I think Arnold Allen is gonna be the best striker Gene Silva has faced to date. And I know, hold on, calm down. I know what you're saying about Diego Lopez, but Diego Lopez is a blockhead. He's got a granite chin and he's got heavy hands, and he's gonna keep walking at you. He does not have technical striking with him. Arnold Allen does, though. Arnold Allen has, honestly, one of the best footwork in featherweight. Probably right behind Volkanovski. He's super fast. He has power. We've seen him drop and KO Dan Hooker, who is a lightweight. And I know you're going to say that was like a while ago, but Dan Hooker is a lightweight. We saw his fight against Arman Tsarukyan. We saw how big Dan Hooker looked. If Arnold Allen was able to do that to somebody that's a lightweight, I think he has enough power for Gene Silva to respect it, especially after Gene Silva got knocked out by Diego Lopez. And I just want to say, everybody's thinking Gene Silva is going to be fighting the exact same way he fought Diego Lopez, and I don't think it's going to be like that at all. We're going to see a Gene Silva that's a lot more careful, a lot more precise, a lot more calculated, which is still a dangerous Gene Silva, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be that chaotic Gene Silva, but he still is very dangerous, right? Like, he's coming off that knockout. He's learned his mistakes, I'm believing. He's gonna be a lot more careful, right? He's not gonna rush in there, trying to go for a KO, go for a flashy knockout. I am a little scared for Arnold Allen because he has these little blitzes where he's hopping around, circling the cage, and he'll blitz into the pocket, go in, throw a couple strikes, come back out. I'm scared there. I think he could get clipped on the way into the pocket or on the exit, because Gene Silva, he hits hard, but his IQ, he can make insane reads, and I'm a little scared of that. I feel like Gene Silva could definitely clip Arnold Allen, but I'm trusting Arnold Allen's experience, right? He's fought Max Holloway, he's fought Dan Hooker, he's fought a lot of great people. He's been in the UFC for a long time. He is coming off a layover because of a shoulder injury, which makes me a little bit worried, but this is a banger. So if you're gonna put money on this, don't trust me on this. Do not put money on this. Arnold Allen, not super confident. Another thing is, Arnold Allen has tweeted saying he's gonna move up to lightweight because he put on a lot of muscle, and he said it would be really hard for him to make featherweight again, which makes me believe that he's gonna have even more power than before because he's put on that muscle. He's put on that weight. He's gonna be a bit more dangerous, right? One thing I am a little worried about, though, is about the fighting nerd's aura, right? Every fighting nerd had their aura taken away from them, but we saw how Carlos Prates bounced back. He lost, not in the worst way compared to all the other fighting nerds. He only lost in unanimous decision to Ian Gary, which I would say aged decently. It aged pretty well. Ian Gary is really that guy. But then we saw what he did after. Jeff Neal slaughtered. Leon Edwards, he got exercise. There was a demon coming out of him. The type of face that Leon Edwards was making was the type of face when you realize you need to go take a shit, but it's too late. Yeah, like that's the face. I only really see this fight going 2 ways in my opinion. Maybe 3. Obviously Arnold Allen winning by unanimous decision. I don't think that's a super hot take in terms of how Arnold Allen would win this fight. Could get a KO, but I wouldn't bet on that. Gene Silva I feel like has a pretty good chance of getting a KO here. Maybe a decision. Ultimately I either see Arnold Allen winning by unanimous decision or Gene Silva winning by KO. I hope to God Gene Silva does not KO this man. If he does win, because we all love Arnold Allen. You know, he's a great guy, super humble guy. I don't want to see him go out like that. And I'm going to back him up. I'm going to back him up in this fight. If you asked me who I thought is going to win this fight a week ago, I would say Gene Silva. And then I would realize all my picks on the main card would be favorites. And with that knowledge, I know something. On every pay-per-view card on the main card, at least one underdog always wins. So it's either I could be truthful to myself, but then there's a chance like I might go 4 for 5. Or I could go with one underdog pick, be a little risky, right? It's high risk, high reward. Either I go 5 for 5 or I go like 2 for 5. So you heard it here first. Do not put money on this. I'm picking Arnold Allen as one of the underdogs to make an upset here. But like I keep looking at Gene Silva and like the way he's staring at me, like this is a hard one, man. There's a lot of biasness here. We're gonna move on. Next fight, we got the Salsa Man versus the Black Beast. I feel like this is a guaranteed KO. I think somebody's gonna get slept here, and a lot of you probably agree with that. We're gonna go the Salsa Man. I know Dominican. Ipogadae. Shout out to Flying Squirrel. That's his joke. He's a funny guy. But we're gonna go Waldo Cortez Acosta by round 1 KO. Man, it's a heavyweight fight. What do you expect? A KO is coming, right? I don't think Derek Lewis is as good as he kind of used to be. He was never really that insanely good, but I feel like his hunger and his motivation to just be a fighter is kind of gone. I think he just fights for the hell of it. But Waldo Cortez Acosta, this guy's been on a crazy run. Honestly, one of the best heavyweight runs, probably right behind Tom Aspinall. I know some people are probably picking Derek Lewis by KO, but Waldo Cortez Acosta was in there with Sergey Pavlovich. But we know he's a dangerous guy. He hits hard, but he's obviously not the same Pavlovich that we saw before. After he got knocked out by Tom Aspinall, he kind of changed, but he survived. Like even though Waldo lost, he still made it through all the rounds without getting slept. So I got some trust in him here. I think he's super fast. I think he's a pretty good striker. I think he's gonna get it done here. Yeah, I don't know much to say about here, but now the fight after this, I believe, is the Rose Namajunas versus Natalia Silva fight. I believe. You guys want me to talk about that, right? Like obviously, of course, you guys want me to talk. But like who doesn't want to talk? Like this is the fight of the night right here. This is the fight of the night. This is gonna be a banger. Oh, you guys don't. You guys want me to talk about this? No. Yeah, this is not a banger. I know a banger when I see one. This is not one. Ooh, this is a banger. Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. You know, O'Malley said he's not gonna beat my dong, but he's gonna beat Yadong. Pause again. I got O'Malley by unanimous decision. Song Yadong is actually an insanely good fighter. Super well-rounded. Great striking, good power, good wrestling. But I don't think there's a better striker than Sean O'Malley in bantamweight. I said it. I think he's a better striker than Peter Yan. If they were to have a rematch, I got Sean O'Malley. In terms of wrestling, Song Yadong is a good wrestler, but man, can we look at O'Malley's last few opponents? You know, he had Aljo, fought Marab twice. He's fought the best wrestlers / grapplers in the division. I don't think Song Yadong is that much of a problem for him. And I think this fight is gonna take place mostly on the feet. And O'Malley has that power to put him away, but I'm not going to bank on it. I think Song Yadong is super tough, has a good chin. He's got that dog in him. So I think he'll be able to survive, but we're going to get a prime O'Malley, which I'm super excited for. I always loved O'Malley, and he's been getting some hate for his last few fights, specifically the Marab fights and how he has Dana White privilege, and it is true, but this is one of the best strikers in the UFC. I know a lot of people are going to get mad over that, but he is, bro, and he's super entertaining, so hopefully he gets a knockout. That'd be super cool, but I'm gonna go unanimous decision here. Alright, and the main fight of the evening, we got Justin Gaethje versus the Scouser himself, Paddy Pimblett. Now, if you saw the thumbnail, you probably know who I'm picking. We're going Paddy Pimblett by round 3 sub, and a lot of people are picking Justin Gaethje, and that's fair. That's fair. Like when I think about this fight stylistically, I find it really hard to pick Paddy. Because I feel like his striking is kind of goofy. You know what I'm saying? It's not that good. And Gaethje is a really solid striker. Not just solid. He's an elite striker with a lot of power. but I want to pick Paddy just because of straight up claw armor. I feel like he's just going to get it done. It's really hard for me to picture a world where Paddy gets this done. I just feel like it's going to happen. I also do see a world where Gaethje just sleeps, or not sleeps him, but hits him, knocks him down. The ref like stops it, and maybe it's like a controversial stoppage, and like Paddy's like whining about it, saying like, oh, like I was not out, mate. I was gonna still fight. I'm a scouser. My bad, my fault. But I'm gonna go Paddy. We saw a pretty big improvement from his Tony Ferguson fight to Michael Chandler. It was a pretty big improvement. I know a lot of people are gonna say Michael Chandler is just complete trash, which I see what you're saying. His decision making is pretty bad. He's a good fighter though, but he kind of prioritizes just hype and entertainment over actually winning his fights. But we saw Paddy stick in there, right? When we saw Paddy getting pressured by Tony Ferguson, getting pushed up against the cage, he was looking bad. He was looking like he was in a rough spot. But against Chandler, he held his own, man. Also, Paddy has a really good chin. I think he can definitely eat some of Gaethje's punches, but I don't think he should be using the same game plan that he uses against like Chandler and whatnot, because he needs to keep his hands up. He gets hit a lot, and I'm worried that he might get dropped or even KO'd. But if he just makes a small adjustment by keeping his hands up, this is a very winnable fight. I know a lot of people, talk trash on Paddy's striking, and his boxing is justifiable, but his kicks, super underrated. He actually has really good kicks. In his first UFC fight, his UFC debut, he was fighting a striker, and he was using his kicks as soon as the bell rang to just kind of stop his opponent from getting into the pocket by using like teeps and just all types of kicks. He was doing a great job. I think if he goes in with that type of mindset, just keeping Gaethje away from him, I think he'll do a good job in terms of striking, and then obviously mixing in the grappling. Another thing about Gaethje is his striking. I feel like he thrives in being in the pocket. When he's, what just came to my mind is the picture of him in the last 5 seconds against Max Holloway. Yeah, like excluding that pocket. But Gaethje loves being in the pocket, and that's kind of where he thrives, right? And I feel like he's going to try to get into that type of spot with Paddy. So Paddy has to kind of avoid that. But once again, Paddy is a super long fighter, lengthy. And if he uses his kicks to keep Gaethje away from him, I think he'll find a lot of success. Now, in terms of the grappling, I don't know if you guys were watching the UFC embedded videos, but I saw Gaethje going for some takedowns. He was practicing some takedowns, which makes me a little skeptical. Is he gonna try taking down Paddy? I think Gaethje honestly probably has better wrestling, pure wrestling, than Paddy. Honestly, that might be a hot take, but I think he does. But BJJ, I think Paddy has really good BJJ. Honestly, like the second best BJJ in lightweight, like right behind Charles. I don't like Paddy's wrestling. I honestly don't, but if you go to the ground with Paddy, it's gonna get dangerous. No matter who you are, except for Oliveira, but if you can just get into a position where Paddy can make some type of submission threat, you might be cooked. So if Gaethje tries to take him down, it's not gonna be very good. I know some people are saying Paddy by KO or TKO, and I see what you're saying, right? We saw the Chandler fight, but Gaethje has a lot better decision-making skills, and on top of that, he has really good wrestling. I feel like he can get himself out of positions that are really bad for him, except for like kind of submission. Like when it comes to like straight BJJ grappling, like I think Paddy's gonna cook him, but I think he can avoid certain positions where like Paddy is like full mount, he's like trying to do a ground and pound. I think Gaethje can scramble out of there. Like what makes Paddy so good? Like his submission threats are like so diverse. Like he has a whole tool of them, right? I've seen he's been practicing a lot with his BJJ stuff, and I think he's gonna get Gaethje, unfortunately. I like both guys a lot. It's sad that one has to lose, and it's pretty sad if Gaethje loses, because he's probably gonna retire after this. Oh yeah, also this guy is like what, 30 like, hold on. Yeah, he's like 37. We got Grandpa Gaethje here, right? Like this guy's pretty old. He's not 38 though, and that's my rule. If you're 38 or above, I'll start taking that into consideration. But if you're 37, I'll let it slide. Another point on this fight, specifically about Gaethje, is a lot of people are backing Gaethje because of his resume and who he's fought, and that's understandable. He's fought literally the best of the best. He's fought Poirier, Charles, Khabib, like Fazeev. Who else has he fought? Chandler. Like he's fought like pretty much the best. Like he's always been at the top of the lightweight division for a really long time. And Paddy's best win is a Michael Chandler. You know, like an older Chandler. But I don't know, man. Like that win was still pretty impressive because you got to take in the fact that this Chandler, like the fight right before this, he was fighting Charles Oliveira and they went unanimous decision. And Paddy made easy work of him. Literally destroyed his face. He's looking good. He's a younger guy. He's more hungrier. I got faith in the Scouser. Yeah, but these are all my picks for the entire card right here.